So I know it's been a while, about maybe 2-3 months since I've last swung the sticks. Kind of a lot of things happened in a very short time frame. I had a death in the family, I started a business, and I applied to grad school. So I don't even know what to expect today. I don't even know if I'll shoot 100 or if I'll play well. I'm just going with the flow and we'll see what happens. So thank you for tuning in, and then hopefully it's not so bad that it makes you click off the video, so stay tuned. All right, so it's 91 yards to the pin. Looks like center pin position. I'm gonna send it in with the lowest club I can, which is an approach wedge. I'm gonna come belt high and then come down. That should give me 90 yards. All right, that's pin high, probably about 20 feet for birdie. Hardest hole on the course, so they say on the scorecard. Dog leg to the left. You're gonna aim at that pole way out there, and then see what happens. I think we're gonna be in a little bit of trouble. I just left it open, so we're in a little bit of trouble here. I got 180. I gotta keep it low. So we're just gonna open the face up, choke down, and just hit a stinger punch. Try to get it just short of the green. Hold the face open and hit down. Keep cutting, keep cutting. Just traveling along the cart path. Probably just short of pin high, and I'm going to be very short-sighted, trying to chip over a bunker to get up and down. All right, so good news, the greens are pretty soft. Bad news is I'm very short-sighted. I don't want to be too cute. I'm gonna try and do something cute, but end game is just to get it on the green. I feel like you kind of got away with one right there. A bad tee shot, I hit a bad punch out, I left myself short-sighted, and the fact you're still able to make a par, I'll take that every day and twice on Sundays. All right, 139 to the pin. It's a blue flag, so it's all the way in the back. Danger is left, right, and long. So if anything, you want to be short. A 9-iron from me goes 140, but it's cold and it's slightly into, so I'm hoping just a good strike should leave me pin high, maybe just short. All right, a really poor strike on that 9-iron, but I'm underneath the hole, chipping into an upslope, so this is very uppable and downable. I've got a gap wedge, just gonna put it back in the stance, try and send it in there pretty low. I am notorious for leaving these with a lot of meat on the bone, so I'm thinking a little bit more of an aggressive landing spot. So right at the trough of that hill right there, right in that kind of dead spot. And that's what I'm known for doing. I leave them short all the freaking time. You need to be way more aggressive on that. All right, 20 footer from there, man, you gotta do better than that. You gotta do way better than that, man. Doesn't mean you can't make it, but you gotta do better from there, man. All right, so we gave one back, but that's okay. Easiest hole in the course, par 5. The only thing is just hazard on the right, water hazard on the right. So we're gonna tee up on the right. Ball's a little above the feet, so we're gonna stand up. We're gonna aim at that right bunker. should be able to go for it in 2. I should probably change my YouTube handle to The Negative Golfer, because I'm probably the most negative person on the planet. I cannot get over that stupid chip. Told myself to be aggressive, and then sure enough, leave it 20 feet. Like that should be, I think probably 7 times out of 10, that should be up and down like all day. Like that was so easy, and I'm just such a pansy with it. It's all right though. Just try to get out of your head. Goldfish memory, right? Hopefully we'll go for this one in 2 and try to 2-putt for birdie. All right. So my Garmin is saying that drive went 274 yards. Whew. Big dog on campus. Watch out, Micah Morris. 147 to the front, 160 to the middle. That's a red flag, so it looks like it's in the front. I'm not feeling any wind. So all intents and purposes, I think as David Faraday would say, this is a green light special. So you didn't level your shoulders, and that's why you pulled it. God dang it. I have this thing where at address, my shoulders are pretty closed to my target line. So I've been working on just basically trying to level the shoulders, and in the setup, I just didn't level my shoulders. And of course, that is my typical miss, like a 10, 15 yard pull. And I think birdie is now out of play and getting back to even, but you know, we'll see. I'm not giving up, not yet. All right, so almost perfectly pin high. Luckily, I'm not in the bunker, but I'm not that short-sighted either. Or it is kind of across the grain or into the grain, so I'm not entirely sure on how good the strike will be. I should be able to get this one pretty close, I think. Oh, you pulled it. Oh boy. Scratch that about getting it close. That's at least 15 feet. Looks right to left. 2-putt this for a par, but I'd really like to get this one to drop. Kind of seeing relatively straight, maybe 1 ball outside right. It doesn't move much. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with that. All right, this time level your shoulders. There you go. That feels about halfway. This feels about 3/4. This feels about full. Control the strike. This whole danger on the right, there's a pond on the right, and there's also a little stream that's also on the right, which is conveniently at 265, 270. So I am going to aim at that left tree. If I fade it, we're still good. If I fly that tree, at least we're in dry stuff, and I still have a decent angle to the pin. As long as we don't lose it right, we're okay. Ball is above my feet, so I'm just gonna stand up just a little bit more than I normally would. Popsicle stick legs. And that is perfect. Right down the fairway. All right, so that drive went 265 yards. So Kyle Berkshire, watch out. Coming for you, bro. 80 yards playing 82. So this is kind of where the wedge matrix comes a little handy. I want something that goes 80 yards. A lob wedge, left hand comes shoulder high. Extend wedge where left hand comes chest high. A gap wedge that comes belly high. An approach wedge that's like pocket high. I like hitting them lower. I don't really like throwing it up in the air. So I think we're gonna go gap wedge belly high. Ball is slightly above my feet, slight upslope, so it's gonna add a little bit more loft. We're gonna, instead of going belly high, we're probably gonna come diaphragm high. So that is why I love the wedge matrix. I guarantee you that is probably within 2 yards of the intended distance I meant to go. It gives you so many options on what you want to do in terms of trajectory, right? That probably went 78 yards and I was trying to hit it 80. And that's a realistic, you know, birdie look. Exactly 81 yards. A realistic birdie chance. I wish I just wasn't as conservative. I probably would have attacked the pin a little bit more. I was afraid of that bunker behind it, so. Short. It's a good roll though. Can't be mad about that. All right, so par 4, slight dog leg to the left. Not really, it's almost dead straight. You're just landing on a cross fairway. The only danger is the stream that just runs up the left-hand side. So my typical miss is a pull. I am known to do block fades as well. Typically, because the danger's on the left, I would normally tee up on the left, but I just don't like having the ball above my feet. So going with the flatter lie, and I'm just praying to God it pays off. Oh, you aggressive SOB. Oh, that's really, really good, but I definitely bit off more than I could chew. I was flirting with danger there. Garmin says that went 259 yards. Woo! Garrett Clark, watch out, bro. Coming for you. 62 yards, playing 64. It's coming out of the rough. It's gonna have no spin, so I think I'm fine hitting something that goes 60 yards. A lob wedge, belt high, or I can hit a sand wedge pocket high. You know me, I like going with the lower loft, so we're gonna go sand wedge belt high. I probably hit the perfect distance. I just pulled it, which I am notorious for doing. This has completely bamboozled me. I have no idea what this is gonna do. My right foot does feel a little bit higher than my left. I think I'm gonna play right edge. I was right, it does go right to left. Okay, it does go right to left. Interesting, very interesting. This green is riddled with bunkers, so I could go for it in 2, but the risk is really not worth the reward. OB on the left, so I'm gonna tee closer to the left, but not all the way, because again, I just don't like having the ball above my feet on drives. It's in my head. Pretty wide fairway, just as long as we don't miss it left, we should be okay. Now, I'm gonna try and swing just a little bit harder, just because there is a good amount of space. And you got a little quick, but that's on the left-hand side, that'll be fine. So, Garmin says that went 258 yards. Woo! Let the big dog eat. That's what I'm talking about. Total sarcasm right there. Wesley Bryan, watch out, I'm coming for you, bro. 243 to the front, this bunker, front left, front right, and in the back. I could bump on a 3-wood, like there's almost like unless it's perfect, I'm not gonna put it in a good spot. I'm thinking 4-iron, like a punch. 4-iron punch shot, gonna open the face, just gonna ride it up the left-hand side of the fairway, so that way I know she can only really go right. And then hopefully that'll give me wedge distance in. That should be good. That should be wedge distance. Slight tree trouble. Maybe I should have went 3 hybrid and kind of cleared this. I would have had a little bit better. Not the best angle, just don't miss it right. 90 playing 94. I want an uphill putt, so something that's gonna go 90 yards. So we can either hit a pitching wedge to the chin, gap wedge chest high, or we can go approach wedge belt high. I like approach wedge belt high because I don't like that tree right there. Is that a little skinny? Oh no. Hit that really skinny, and yeah, she went over the back of the green. So now we're definitely short-sighted. Great. Bunkers are not my strong suit. They never have been, probably never will be. I'm gonna try and channel my inner Manolo and slap the sand.
Pull that shit, waggle that shit, wiggle that shit.
Slap the sand, make sure the low point is past the ball. Hit and hope. Oh my God, that's actually way better than I thought it would be. So I hit one more shot just to basically show you the power of the wedge matrix. So that one is almost perfectly pin high. Too bad I didn't do it on the first try. So yep, unfortunately you don't count. So we're gonna be playing this guy, trying to make our par save. Yeah, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 cups. 4 cups left. That's about halfway. It's about 3/4. Left it low. Left it low. Alright, take your bogey and leave. Alright, they got the temporary greens in right now, or temporary tee box, just because it's winter time. It's 177 to get to the back, which for me would be a 6-iron. So I'm gonna go 7-iron just to the center of the green. The pin's in the back. I don't want to be short-sighted, and I don't want to be chipping onto a downslope. That is terrible. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That is a shank. There's the tee, and then there's the hosel. That is a shank. Oh, yeah, single digit handicap. It's very pretty, didn't you know? And there's nothing that makes me more angry than a shank. Like, honestly, I almost wanted to quit golf at one point just because I go through these periods, man, where like I'm playing some of the best golf of my life, and then I'll go 2 months straight of just hitting shanks. And I don't know what it is. I don't know, sometimes I feel like my hands are getting away from me and then I leave with the hosel, or I stand too close to the ball, or I become disconnected. It's just, man, it's in my head. I haven't gone all day hitting a shank, and now there's that. It just like zaps your confidence away. Pins in the back. Going with an approach wedge, gonna try and run it in there low. Coming out with no spin, so probably land 50% onto the green and let momentum and gravity do the rest. All right, got pretty aggressive on that one. Now it's a downhill putt to try and save par. Slider moving down the hill. I'm probably gonna leave the pin in for this one just because, you know, maybe it might help me. It looks like she's moving pretty good because I got this ridge right here that's on the right hand side. Probably right here. Hopefully with dead weight, she trickles on in. Die in there, die in there. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep, oh! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. One more revolution. So temporary tee box just because it's the winter time. This whole tee shot just gets in my head, man. So it's not that hard of a shot, but it's just in my head. So I'm going to make a super defensive swing. I got a UDI, utility driver iron. I'm going to choke up. I'm going to leave it 1 degree open, and I'm going to just hit a punch shot, and that should give me 190, 200, and then I should have around 50, 60 yards into the green. That's it. And that's right rough, but that's, you know, that's okay. Pin is 97, playing 102. All right, so 100 yards, maybe a pitching wedge to the belly, an approach wedge to the sternum. So we're gonna go pitching wedge to the belly. Now the pin is tucked on the right-hand side, but there is a little bit of room past that bunker, but I don't want to mess with it. So I think I'm gonna go with that yellow and red water tower, and I think that should be good. Kind of juiced it a little bit, so maybe she carried a little bit further than I wanted. I saw a bad kick, so I'd like that to be on the green, but I doubt that it is. So we'll see. So that's a bit of a bummer. Typically 100 yards out, you'd like to be on the green. I think it hit this mound right here, and that's why I got that bad bounce. It's also into the grain too, so contact is gonna be, like oh yeah, that's not good. Contact is going to be interesting. Put it up in the stance. I mean, it's already an uphill lie, so she's going to come out a little bit higher. Maybe open the face just a little bit. Little chunk and run. Did not mean to do that, but that's actually rolling out splendidly. That was an awful strike. Into the grain. I chunked the crap out of it, and it's literally 5 feet. All right, Kyle. If you want to ever become a scratch golfer, you got to start sinking these. It's like 5 feet, maybe. Don't think it leaves the hole. With conviction, with confidence, strike it with a purpose. With a purpose. Oh my God!
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
Kyle, you pushed the crap out of that. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my God, Kyle. That's the strike you wanted. That's the one you wanted. Didn't go in, but you rolled it end over end. So that, unfortunately, I would like to have that putt back. Oh my God. Well, I did have it back and I missed it the second time too. But it's just, man, those should not be giving me as much anxiety as I get, but you know, that's golf. So it's +4 on the front. So that's a That's a 40? Oh, Kyle. Oof. So we got some work to do. We got some work to do on the back nine. Let's see if we can still keep it under 80. 149, that's a good 8 iron for me. Maybe if I juice a 9, but I don't want to swing hard, so we'll go 8. All right, good 8 iron. So unfortunately the shank is like in my head right now, hitting another mid iron, so, and a little bit further away. Just a little. Level your shoulders, left elbow stays connected. It's probably the best strike of the day. Be enough. Yep. It's strikes like those that give me a lot of confidence, because man, the sound it made when it comes off the face. Best strike I've probably had all year, to be honest with you. That was right out of the center. So now I just got to keep that in the bank though. You know, just remember, back up just a little bit. You know, don't exaggerate it, just back up just a little bit. Keep that left elbow connected. Hopefully I'll put more shots like that. You know, that's perfectly pin high. All right, Kyle, a quality strike like that kind of deserves some fireworks. So what better way? So that's okay. Ooh, Kyle. All right, take your time, maybe. All right, back on the par train. This par 5 has tormented me over the years. The tee shot isn't that difficult. It's more the layup. The layup goes through the gauntlet and kind of brings all sorts of things into factor. Good tee ball required before we even consider worrying about the second shot. Just dead center, defensive swing, hold the face, and here we go. So, did I take a divot with that? I did take a divot with that. Thank God I gripped really hard. I mean, it went exactly where I wanted it to. Good shot. So Garmin is saying that tee ball went 215 yards. Woo! Grant Horvath, watch out. Coming for you, bro. I have zero confidence in my 3-wood. It's 305 yards to get to the front, so it's not like I've been trying to go for 2 anyway. Just the 3-wood, I am known for pulling them into those left trees like every time I play this hole. I'm thinking
a few moments later.
I'll face your fears. You know what? Face your fears. Face your fears, you're gonna hit a 3-wood. You're gonna be convicted. You're gonna act like you got the biggest cojones in the room. That's a favorable bounce if I've ever seen one. Okay. So that 3-wood, oh my God, went 187 yards. Wow. You are pathetic. And I think I hit these trees right here and she bounced right down. I'm saying 136 to the pin. Thing is, I don't like hitting full wedges. I would much rather hit a knockdown, but now my hand is kind of forced. And I also don't like hitting wedges when they're below my feet because shank alert. So I'm thinking like a knockdown 9, maybe. I just don't want to go yard on a pitching wedge. Anytime I take a full swing with a wedge, I get super nervous. I think we're gonna go knockdown 9. Knockdown 9. So if this is full, we're gonna come right here. Keep fading, keep fading. All right, I pulled across it, but I'm just so happy I didn't shank that. I'm like known for shanking off those kinds of lies, so we're okay, up and down. All right, so this is uppable and downable. It is very slick because it all gets away from you. It breaks towards Narragansett Bay because it's very slippery once she starts getting the roll on the green. So I think we're gonna land it just in the fringe. Or trundle. Is that a word? Trundle? Trundle. And you left a lot to be desired on that. A lot of meat left on the bone. Like, this is where I give shots away, man. Like, you should be having a 3-4 footer for par, and now you have 15 feet. Maybe 5 cups outside left. Left it low. In all intents and purposes, by normal golfers' standards, I would say that's not a difficult shot. Like a 135 shot with the ball slightly below your feet. But for me, it makes me so nervous that I'm gonna shank it. And so I just make the most defensive swing, and next thing you know, I'm scrambling, trying to get up and down from 130, you know, with a big green like that. It's just, man, these are like, it's exposing what I really need to work on. Let's try to rebound, get back to the par train. Just gonna go straight. It just requires a good strike. Parking lot on the left, so the danger's on the left. I'm teeing up on the left. Ball's above my feet, don't really like that, but you know, whatever. Stand up just a little bit. Don't go crazy. That's really good. I think that's gonna be right side rough, but that's right out of the center. I can't be angry with that. That was a great strike. All right, so Garmin is saying that went 260 yards. Woo! George Bryan, watch out, bruh. Coming for you. 55 yards playing 59. I think a 55-yard shot, yeah. Give me an uphill putt. A lob wedge. Left hand comes pocket high, but because it's a slight uphill lie, I think I'm just gonna go sand wedge and go pocket high. That gives me 60 yards. Sand wedge, pocket high, and down. That's terrible. You didn't level your shoulders. Oh my God. All right, so instead of a legitimate birdie chance, you got this. That's just, nearly missed the green from 55 yards.
Oh, that's a good one. That is rich.
All right. Par 4. I guess you could call this the signature hole. I'm going right towards Narragansett Bay. Surprisingly, not much wind out here, so that's good. Just like a bunch of cabbage and like dense foliage over on the left-hand side. You can miss towards the miles to the right. Level your shoulders, and you're gonna swing. And we missed so bad that we don't have any tree trouble, so that's great. Garmin is saying that ball went 239 yards. Woo! Man. So, Busted Jack boys, you know, keep your eyes peeled. Be out driving you soon. That is a complete and utter lie. 139 to the pin. This is the smallest green on the entire golf course. I think it's just a good 9. Pretty much the only miss is short. You can't, left is bunker, right is onto a downslope, short side is long is onto a downslope. So you can only really miss short, so. I don't think I could have hit it better than that. Go, baby. I hit it too good. This is uppable and downable, but I don't think I've yet to get up and down today, so I'm sick and tired of giving myself 10, 15 footers for par saves. Get close, get close, get close, get close, get close. Yeah, baby. Okay, that's actually makeable. All right, wow, for the first time today, Kyle, wow, that's like gimme range. Look at that. Good for you, buddy. You almost missed it too. Oh my God. Par 3 into the wind. We're like parallel to Narragansett Bay. Typically this hole is pretty windy. Some red flag, pin is up front. 157 playing 163. A good 7-iron. Yes, into off the right as it typically is on this hole. So last time you hit a 7, you shanked it. So let's not do that. Oh, you flailed it. That's gonna be in the bunker. Yep. Now I'm short-sighted in my favorite place, the bunker. I got a 58 degree. Use Manolo's method.
This part of the club, think about it. It's crazy, but it's nasty.
As long as this gets on the green, that's all I really care about. Oh, Kyle. What I've learned being a single-digit handicapper is you can make quite a few bogeys and still shoot under 80, but it's almost like once you make that first double bogey, it's like the damage is done. I need this to go in. If not, it's got to be a tap-in bogey. All right, in my opinion, this is the hardest hole on the course. Dogleg right, going over the trees. Even if I hit a dead straight one, I'm gonna have like 170, 180, 190, even 200 yards in. So I've never parred this hole in my entire life, so let's try and do it today. Cut the corner pretty good. Yeah, that's a great line. That is a great line. So I think that's the best tee ball I've ever hit on this hole in my entire life. 267 yards, so bust a jack, boys. Get ready, I'm coming for you. Just kidding, no way near or how could I compete with that. So 136 to the pin. I've never parred this hole before in my entire life, and I'm feeling like this is probably the best opportunity I've ever had to par it. I don't like going full swing on wedges, but I feel like I really need to. Got a great lie, big green. So yeah, we're gonna go a yard on a pitching wedge and hopefully stick it close. You blocked it just a little bit. I can't help but think if I hit a knockdown 9-iron, the result would have been better. I just don't like full swing wedges, and yet I did it anyway. Off camera, I just hit a knockdown 9-iron, and I think I stuck it to like 12 feet. Now, it's when I deviate from my system, that's when bad stuff happens. I could have parred this hole for the first time in my life today, but because I was an idiot, you know, it's looking unlikely. All right, so we're actually short of the bunker right here, so that is good, thank God, because I am absolute trash. I have an okay chance of getting up and down. Chipping into an upslope, up to the pin, a lot of green to work with. I got a sand wedge, and I'm gonna try to be a little aggressive with the landing zone. Probably at the base of that hill, and see what happens. Roll up, roll up, roll up, even more, even more. Dog leg to the left, it's completely blind. I could either try and carry the trees on the left, but it's cold out, so I might not carry it and it might end up OB, or I could try and hook it around the corner. So I'm gonna aim at that Y tree out there. I'm just gonna keep the club face a degree closed, and if I draw it around the corner, then good. If it goes dead straight, we're still good. And she went dead straight. Use it softly for me. So according to Garmin, that went 297 yards. Probably hit that down slope and came all the way down here. That's the tee box for the next hole. Really lucky that I didn't catch any of this tree nonsense over here. So 122 playing 124. A knockdown P wedge gets over all of that. All right. And you shanked it. Wow. I just can't figure it out. I cannot figure it out. All right, not out of the doghouse yet. All right, we got a slippery one coming down. Landed there, came trickled all the way down. All right, dog leg left. Obviously winter tee box. It's 259 to the front, so I could, you know, with my weakness, I could drive this green. I'm gonna aim at that pole out there. I'm gonna close the face maybe a degree and a half, maybe 2 degrees, and just try to draw it in there, and then hopefully, you know, get a birdie to kind of ease the pain and suffering. Oh, I don't think I could have hit it better than that. Get up there. So upon further inspection, she's on the green, and not only is she on the green, I think I have 20 feet for eagle. I cannot remember the last time I even had a legitimate eagle chance, And even more so, I cannot remember the last time I had an eagle. I think I'm going on maybe 2 years since my last eagle. This hole is not meant for driver. It gets really, really tight up by the green. So I got aggressive and looks like it paid off. I am absolutely delighted with where that ball ended up. She could have ended up in that bunker, in that bunker, and that bunker short. She literally just threaded the needle, cozied on up right here. 20 feet for eagle. Oh my God. What would that do to the psyche if I drop this one? Ooh. It looks like it's going left to right early and then it just levels out. I think I'm just gonna go one ball outside left. Come on. That feels about halfway. That's like 3/4, and that's full. Make this line topple. Come on. All right, final hole. Winter tee box again, so which is not bad. 142 playing 144. It's a smooth 9-iron. Last time I played this hole, there was a bachelor party with about like 12 jabronis screaming at me. Let's cue the video for that. Make it Appreciate you guys. Yeah. So sadly, there is no peanut gallery today. So just one 9-iron separates me from absolute glory. So one last good swing. Good line, good ball. End the day on a good note. Slight turn of events. I thought for sure I was on the green. Apparently I went long, so that's just great. A little bit of meat on the bone too. Delicate little shot. Got a 58. She's sitting down quite a bit, so we're really using the bounce. Sit. All right, 2 putts for a 79. 2 putts. I'd like to just make a par, but you know, keep it at +7. But you know, either way. Looks like there's much movement. Probably left center, left edge. All right, last putt of the day, and on a good note. Oh boy. All right, well, it's gonna be like that. All right, so +8, so that's 79 through 18 holes. Haven't swung a club in 3 months, and so I'm really happy with that. There's a couple things that like it just really holds me back. I think I got up and down once today. Once, and I was leaving myself in decent spots, and I only got up and down once. Simple shots like 120, 130. Those are like my worst distances, just because I don't want to go full send on a wedge. You know, that's the club that I tend to shank the most. So anytime I get in that distance, I'm like, oh, do I really want to hit a full gap wedge? Do I really want to hit a full approach wedge? Do I really want a full pitching wedge? So I need to slay that dragon. I don't know what it is specifically that I'm doing. Sometimes I just don't know if I'm standing too close to the ball. I don't know if my hands are getting away from me or if I'm early extending. It's just, I don't know. And it's driving me insane. There are times in my life where like I'm playing lights out, like the best I've ever played in my life. I think I got down to like a 3.9 at one point. And you know, I felt, the swing just felt really good. And then I'll go 2 months straight just hitting shanks, left, right, and center. I've gone to this driving range right here and hit literally 2 buckets full of straight shanks, and I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. So I don't know if my left elbow is becoming detached or whatever it is, but it's in my head. It's really in my head, and I want to get to scratch golf. Man, it's so hard. I'm doing my best, you know. So after my absence, you know, coming back and going sub 80 at my home course, I'm happy about that. But there's just so much work to be done. You know, I'm only hitting 260 off the tee. I mean, if I were to play the blue tees, man, I would have had my butt handed to me. I probably would have shot like 85, 90 if I played from the blues. So I need help. Long story short, I need a lot of help with my golf game if I'm going to get to the level that I want to. I want to say at one point I was a scratch golfer. So comment down below. Let me know what you think. You're not going to hurt my feelings unless you're super, super mean, and maybe I'll take it personally. I don't know. Just kidding. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'm sorry for the absence. A lot going on in the life between the new business, the death in the family, and applying to grad school. So hopefully I can upload more, but you know, I don't want to make promises I can't keep. So thank you for watching, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Take care, guys. Peace.
Nice shot, man. It's glowing in the light. Get up there. Nice shot. That was big.